We are joined by attorney Jeff O'Brien for our weekly 3 and Out. Well, Jeff, again, as always, it's all sports, and we start with Byron Buxton hits for the cycle. Not too shabby.
Yeah, this is the first time that it's been done at Target Field, if you can believe that. The Twins have had I think 2019 was the last time a Twins player hit for the cycle, but that was on the road. So this is a big moment for him. Obviously, he's the lone Twins All-Star. Byron's injury issues in the past have been always newsworthy. He's doing okay this year, so it's nice to see him at the All-Star break playing with the All-Star team and then having a day like that. I mean, hitting for the cycle is quite the accomplishment.
It's a great accomplishment. Absolutely. That doesn't happen to many guys in their careers, not at all. And you know what?
I think the names that come to mind, I'm sure that Rod Carew has done it. I think Cesar Tovar did it back in the day, and I'm sure that our good friend Antonio Oliva, I think he did it too. So you got to be a good hitter to be able to
pull that off,
do all four in the same game. Yeah. And then of course it's always good when you end it with the home run, right? And that's what he did.
That's the way to do it.
The fourth one was the home
run. I wonder how
yeah.
many have done it with a single, double, triple, then home run in that order. That's
I don't know.
I don't know if that's ever happened. Well, we got research to do. All right. We don't have much research to do on the Lynx. They dump. This doesn't happen very often. They dumped their first round pick from last year, the number 8 overall pick, a kid out of Utah, and clearly there was not much there.
Yeah, well, there's something going on. So, it was Alyssa, is it Pioli or Pioli?
Pioli, yeah, whatever it is.
From Utah. You and I were both very adamant that, we thought they should have taken somebody else.
Angel Reese, I think they could have had a shot at.
Yeah, and you know what is. You can say what you want about Angel Reese and some of her skills, but she puts butts in the seat. So
yep.
So they waived their number 1 pick from last year because Sunday was the last day to waive a player, to cut somebody without having to pay their full salary for the year. So the speculation is that they're clearing a roster spot because there's this Belgian player, this Emma Miesman, she's a forward, that's considered the best player in the world not on an NBA roster, that she's looking to come back to the WNBA. So the speculation is that they're clearing a space to bring in her, and Ephesia Collier has said she'd be great here, blah, blah, blah. So there's definitely some chatter.
Why would she want to come here, though? Because this is a team with a chance to win a championship, or that's why?
Yeah, she's been in the WNBA before. She's a 2-time All-Star. She was the Finals MVP with Washington in 2019. She last played in the league in 22 with Chicago. But yeah, absolutely, to come into a team that seems poised to make another run would seem to be a good. Everybody wants to do that, right? So. So I think that's what the appeal would be.
We'll see. Now, item 3, whiny Kirk Cousins. This guy's unbelievable.
This is kind of fun because he's part of that Netflix quarterback series again, right?
Yeah, he came back with it.
And the first season, they had the superstar, they had kind of steady as she goes, and then the player with the career in question, right?
Now he's the guy with the career in question.
He was steady as she goes in the first season. Now he's career in question guy for season 2. But the interesting thing he said is he feels duped or misled by Atlanta, because basically he said if it was going to come down to either of those two teams, either the Vikings or Atlanta, drafting their quarterback of the future, he wouldn't have wanted to leave Minnesota.
That is an absolute crock. You know what? You dupe me all you want when you guarantee me $100 million, which is what he got. A $100 million guarantee. And he was not going to stay here for a 1-year deal, which is all they were offering. They didn't want to bring him back. So it wasn't really his call. He may try to, he's doing a little, as Kevin Cusick said last week from the Pioneer Press, a little revisionist history. That's not how it came down.
The Vikings offer was made knowing that he would sign someplace else, which is what they wanted him to do. They wanted to move on from him.
Yes, and they did. And you know what? He needs to stop his whining.
Kirk Cousins' agent should be a first ballot Hall of Famer.
To get him the kind of money he's gotten over the years.
Money that man for the amount of guaranteed money he's received to do what he does is pretty amazing.
He does. He's never can guarantee more than one playoff victory in a career, right? He's got one playoff victory in his career, and I believe that's it. Yeah, I mean, you know what? He could wind up going somewhere else, but the Falcons will have to eat a good portion of that salary. But right now, I mean, the money they were spending on him, they had a very cheap backup in Michael Penix. Now they got a very cheap starter, and they're spending the money on him yet, so they probably feel they're okay with that. And you know what? He's all whiny about that. If they knew they were going to sign him. You know what? If they knew that you were going to throw 8 interceptions over 3 or 4 games and no touchdowns, they probably wouldn't have given you that money, and you would have had the job still if you hadn't fallen apart. Now he's using the excuse of having had an injury. And maybe he did, but he should have spoke up at the time.
Well, yeah, but the thing is, he had the Achilles injury, but you don't bring a guy back.
No, that's not the injury, though. He had another injury. I thought that was a shoulder or something that he was
always, he's
whining about. He's a whiner. That's what he is. All right.
I said, let the J.J. McCarthy era begin.
And it's going to. With hopefully for the Vikings and McCarthy, there's not another injury in there, because I think he's going to put up monster numbers. With that offense, how can you not?
Right.
They're not going to become a running team all of a sudden. That's not going to happen. So, I mean, he could put up pretty dang good numbers. I mean, I said on the Jim Bob show, the Jim Bob Sports Jam, I wouldn't be shocked by 4,500 and 45 touchdowns. And run
as long as everybody stays healthy.
Yep.
You know, that's key.
That 45, I believe, was combined rushing and passing, but still. All right. Jeff O'Brien, Attorney Jeff O'Brien, thank you so much. Our weekly 3 and Out. Take a quick break, and the BS Show will be right back.